Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive. Just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Check 25, check 25. Jim. Tighten up. Give me a radar. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
36. Check 24. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
First carry now for David Montgomery. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Stay 50. Let's go. Watch out. 11. Hey, Charlie. Out.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Check. 20. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the slant. Let's go. Zebra. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, D. Bang.
3rd and 2, Stafford. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Mike, 53. Mike. Drill right, 22. That's track. Switch. Check it out.
Now a first down throw. Stafford almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check the out. Check middle. Hey, easy. Smooth.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Check. 59. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Switches. And middle. Back. 50. Alert flare.
They'll run here with Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run at 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Double right. Slam. Alert. Check. Tell him Omaha. Ready, move. Check.
They'll run it with Mack. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
On 2nd and inches, Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
First down, Jets.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Bell. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kendall Beckwith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
53, ready. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go, let's bring it.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Middle. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, 50. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Now it's Stafford. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
They can't stop us, baby.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. 14 yards into Chicago, 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Check, 280. Check, 53, Zebra.
Play action. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Hey, watch the slant. Switch.
Hey, 22.
Check. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Check.
22.
Check. Check 31, check 31.
Alert.
Watch twist.
Five.
Check 3, check 3. Pick the edge, pick the edge.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Goodwin able to haul it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
He's checking, he's 59. He's coming. Double up.
Now Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Check 53's mine. Here we go. Check.
To try again after the sack. Stafford going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
59. Hey, orbit.
Let's go. Hey, we got
Hey, give me radar.
53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
49. Check 49.
Deuce.
Hey, 70.
Safe. Check.
To throw on third down. Stafford. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Darnold. Going up top. They've got his man complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check 15.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9.
Switch up, switch up. Motion, 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 motion.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
To the air again, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Trent Sherfield. Incomplete. It's third down and goal at the 7-yard line.
Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Ficken's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I all
through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 75 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it with Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Darnold. They'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. It's caught by Herndon. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. Doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. The tackle there by Brian Poole. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Rush coming and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 21. Shit. Go. 53's the money. 53. Check 53. I smell fear in that offense. I smell.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over first and 10. A first down throw, Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Caught here by Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. He zooms in for the sack. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Darnold from the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Darnold now to throw. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Darryl Worley. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
On 1st down. It's Jordan. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Check, crunch. Easy alert. Wide, get wide. 25, check 25. Jam. Tighten up. 6 guys.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Check, 59. All day.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll go again with Bell. And an alley to run. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. The job one to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry by Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mack. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 46-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, we'll likely put an end to this thing. Stafford now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Alert! I got him. Watch out. 22. Hey, I-7.
Stafford now to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 39-yard line.
We got 4. We got 4.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Chicago, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.